Every time, the baby needs shoes, the baby needs pampers, the baby needs this, your daughter needs this. How do I know it's my daughter? It was like 6 or 7 months down the road after doing her pregnancy. Then she told me, she said, well, the baby may not be yours. I don't know if it was a birthday or Mother's Day. Okay, I took her home and he was outside waiting for her. And that kind of hurt. And he said, I come to see my daughter. I said, that's your daughter, that's my daughter.
Furthermore, you contend that Mr. Green is not solely supporting the child. In fact, you admit that both men are currently paying child support.
So imagine you're a veteran, you've seen the world and you've never had a child in your entire life. Then all of a sudden you hear news that you could be the father of a child about to be born. You're in shock. But you're ready to step up because you're not living in your parents' basement, using their garage to practice with your band, hoping to get a gig with the Rolling Stones. No. But there is a hiccup. She doesn't call you when the baby's born. She puts another man's name on the birth certificate, and now both of you are paying child support for the same 2-year-old kid. Hey guys, my name is Kyle, and I'm a professional apology writer for CEOs. When a billionaire tweets something unhinged at 2 a.m., I'm the guy who turns "I regret nothing" into "I deeply value our community and am committed to learning." So today we have Mr. Green versus Miss Duncan. He's 56, never fathered a child, and he's been financially supporting 2-year-old Angel, even though another man's name is on the birth certificate. Let's check this out.
Mr. Green, how did you meet Miss Duncan?
How did I meet her? Well, it was New Year's night. She was out, I was out, of course. I saw her staggering a little bit, walking home alone from the club. I took her home, then we just talked for a little bit, changed numbers. We did not sleep together, and this was about 3 months later.
So now, was this a committed relationship, Miss Duncan? Did you tell him that you were in a relationship with somebody else at the time?
He knew I was talking to someone, but I told him we broke up, but I was still talking to him.
All right, so you basically lied and told him you weren't talking to the guy anymore, but you were.
Yes.
And you weren't just talking to him.
No.
You were still having sex with him too.
Yes.
So what happened when you discovered you were pregnant?
I got sick. I was eating buffalo wings and I was starting hurting in my right side real bad. They took me to the emergency room and they told me that I had gallstones, and also, congratulations, you're 9.5 weeks pregnant.
Really?
So I called Mr. Green.
And so what was your reaction? Were you happy?
I just couldn't believe it.
How did that come across to you through the phone?
I felt that he didn't care.
So did you tell the other guy you were pregnant too?
I haven't seen the other guy until after I got out the hospital.
While she was pregnant, I was informed that she would call me. I said, well, call me when you get ready to have the child so I can be there at birth. I would like to cut the cord. I said, she's gonna call me, I'm not worried about it. That didn't happen. I had a dream that a child was being born, and I called the emergency room. Sure enough, they told me that Miss Duncan was in the emergency room.
You know, the story starts off wholesome or not, depending on how you look at it. Because yes, this gives knight in shining armor vibes and at the same time serial killer vibes. But since they are both still here, it's the former. Or is it the latter? I don't really know how to use this. Well, he saw her walking home alone from the club on New Year's night, made sure she got home safe, and exchanged numbers. They took their time, waited 3 months before having sex. I'm guessing we're all going to just gloss over how 45 to 55-year-olds are still getting drunk at New Year's Eve parties still. See, you are never too old to be making certain types of decisions. Bad decisions. Also, the waiting 3 months thing is very disciplined behavior. Some of us can't even wait for someone to finish making their orders at the drive-thru, and then when we get there, we want 3 changes, a flying saucer, and an extra packet of whatever the heck we believe we are entitled to. Anyway, Miss Duncan told Mr. Green she broke up with the other guy, right? Classic story, but was still sleeping with him the entire time. So, Mr. Green thought he was in a committed relationship with a single woman. Don't we all think that? Well, she was actively sleeping with 2 men simultaneously. He had no idea there was even another person in the picture. Then she gets pregnant, right? 9.5 weeks along, finds out at the ER because of gallstones or whatever. This part is actually devastating. He told her to call him when she's ready to have the baby. He wanted to be there, right? He was waiting for that call. It never came. Instead, he had a dream that the baby was being born. Called the emergency room on a hunch, and she was actually there in labor. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie, this seemed a bit far-fetched to me. I do believe in the supernatural, but wow. I don't think I would have called the ER. I mean, immediately after waking up, I want silence, 3 glasses of cold water, and the cold side of the pillow. Meanwhile, the other guy stepped up. He was there the whole pregnancy, at every doctor's appointment, at the birth, and she put his name on the birth certificate. But the most painful part is the timeline of when she told him about the other man. See, 6 to 7 months into the pregnancy, right? When she's almost ready to have the baby, and she lets him know that, hey, the baby may not be yours, it may be you know who. And he was using protection, but it broke. Let's not forget what Kanye West said.
How you start a family that kind of slipped up?
Imagine carrying that hope for over half the pregnancy and then getting hit with that news when there's only 4 months left. Also, how weak are these condoms though? Because there are people you don't want to experience a broken condom with. Because if it was last call and you didn't want to go home alone that night, your options will be very tight. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments and maybe subscribe, please. And let me know if you found out at 6 months pregnant that there's another potential father. Would you even stay involved?
You say the baby may not be yours. It may be you know who.
Did you ever meet this other guy?
Not too afterwards. I don't know if it was a birthday or Mother's Day. Okay, I took her home and he was outside waiting for her. And that kind of hurt. And he said, I come to see my daughter. I said, that's your daughter, that's my daughter.
Did you know he was gonna come pick you up after Mr. Green dropped you off?
No,
Did you
Your
have
Honor.
2 dates in a row planned?
No, Your Honor. He probably just came by. I didn't know he was coming by. I didn't.
I really didn't see him until after the child was born.
When did you come see the child? How old she was? 2, 3 months?
About 1 month.
And the other guy was there for me.
That doesn't mean to give a child another man's name if he's not
The
the
way
father.
you was abandoning me, I felt you didn't want no child, and the man.
Well, you could have left it blank. If your heart, if you know who the dad is, you could have left that birth certificate blank until you get a blood test. You get what you can
I'm
get
not
from him.
playing with him.
You get what you can get from me.
No, oh no. You wasn't really giving me nothing.
I know that.
How was I was playing you, Mr. Green? How?
How? Every time the baby needs shoes, the baby needs pampers, the baby needs this, your daughter needs this. How do I know it's my daughter?
As Mr. Green said, you could have just said there are 2 possible fathers. I'm gonna leave it blank until I have a DNA test.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Green, you now have established a relationship with the child so much so that she calls you daddy.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you provide for her.
I do what I can do when I can, and that's why I want to step up to the plate and do more, because I don't want the child to grow up without a father.
Let me, like the painter that I am not, paint this picture for you. So, Mr. Green takes Miss Duncan and Angel out for Mother's Day or a birthday, something like that. They're out as a family. That's all that matters, right? He drops them off at home, and the other guy is sitting outside, waiting outside her house, ready to see his daughter. This is like a whole Cheaters episode, but by viewers themselves. What breaks my heart actually is that the little girl must have been so confused at that time, or probably excited, because 3 people that she cares about and that care about her are in the same place at once. For kids, this is okay to, lack situational awareness in this kind of predicament. But for full-blown insurance-paying adults, yeesh, you actually want to forget that moment. But you won't, because when the child is older, they'll remind you. They like to do that. They'll remind you of that day, and it will be a core memory. No amount of drinking will erase that. I like how Mr. Green asked him the question we're all thinking. If you know the child is not yours, why would you sign the birth certificate? The guy had no answer, just silence, because what do you say to that? But here's the twist that makes this even more complicated, right? So she called Mr. Green when she went into labor. He didn't answer. So she called the other guy, and he showed up. He was there for the birth, held the baby, and she put his name on the birth certificate, and Mr. Green didn't even see Angel until she was a month old. Yet somehow, despite all of this, Angel calls Mr. Green daddy, not the guy whose name is on the birth certificate. What a twist. And both both men have been paying child support, by the way. Mr. Green has been doing what he can. The other guy has been giving $200 to $300 a month plus helping with daycare. But then he disappeared 3 or 4 months ago. No one knows where he is, just vanished. Firstly, how do you do crowdfunding from 2 men so seamlessly? This looks way too easy. Look, I want that, honestly. I think 2 women want to pay my bills and want to pay my Uber trips. Life would be so wonderful. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. But on a serious note, we need to understand that both men will grow attached to the child. And it's a hard thing to let go of, I'm told, right? I'm told, because I ain't got no kids, but I've seen videos and I've witnessed some stuff, okay? Now, Mr. Green has to hold back from fully loving this little girl because he doesn't know if she's his. Imagine loving a child so much that you have to ration your affection to protect yourself from potential heartbreak.
So, Ms. Duncan, when you look at Angel, which one of these men do you see?
Mr. Green.
How about you, Mr. Green?
A lot of times she looks like me, and then sometimes she don't. It all depends on the picture. If I am the father, that child shouldn't be suffering like that. By being a vet, the child is entitled to benefits. Once she finishes regular school and high school, she has the opportunity for the government to send her to school free.
Miss Duncan, the other man whose name's on the birth certificate, if you could locate him, does he have the means to care for your daughter the way Mr. Green does?
No, Your Honor.
No. Wow. Let's get the results. Oh, what a shame. In the case of Duncan versus Green, when it comes to the paternity of 2-year-old Angel Bryant, Mr. Ronald Green, you are not her father.